In today's video, I'm going to show you how to not only upgrade your blogging to be able to scrape URLs, images from other websites and include them in your own blog, but I'm also going to show you how we can turn that into an email newsletter. So as many of you may be following by now, the goal of Stop.ai is to build a fully autonomous e-commerce business. That means that everything from product pages to social medias to email newsletters will be fully automated. So go ahead, subscribe to the email newsletter on the Stop.ai website, and you'll be able to see today's output. Today's string is a little bit of a long one, but I promise you it will be an absolutely awesome result when you see what we can create with AI by the end of it. Now, in previous videos, I've showed everybody how we can make SEO ready blogs, but in this video, I'm going to show you how we can make even better versions of those SEO ready blogs. If you haven't seen the video about YouTube and using this zero code kit to run a Python script, I suggest that you just click in the pop-out banner and do that before you watch this video, as this information will be very useful. If you're more brave or you've already seen that video, stay along for the ride. It's going to be an awesome one. Okay, so let's give it a quick run and look at the outputs, and then I'll jump into how this was created. Now the automation has run, so we'll just quickly jump onto the Stop.ai, and we can see here the latest blog article, AI automation insights transforming e-commerce job market strategies and Volcom studies. So, okay, it looks so far so good. The product page video. Then we've got navigating AI job search, Zapier blog insights, make.com, and then OpenAI, and then a link to join our community. Now the email is on get response, and if I click in here, I won't be able to edit. So if I press edit in this software platform, then unfortunately it will sort of delete it. So I have to send a test email to myself. So this is the test email that has been sent. And we can see here there's a room for a small set of improvements, such as the buttons could be made a bit clearer on the background, but you can see that the content of this email is very much in line. It's a summarized version of the content that's on the blog. And then we have a link to join the community. A few tweaks here, and we'll be able to send this out automatically instead of manually uploading this, which is the ultimate aim as we build this fully autonomous AI business. So the first module is this RSS module. We've actually covered this in a previous video about turning any YouTube content into other content that could be utilized on different social media channels. What will effectively happen though is that it will read the sources from this RSS automation plugin here, which are individual ones. So you can see we've got a few sources down here, and this is scraping information from the YouTube feed, then converting it through Python with taking the transcript from the video, and then in the first block here we're removing the small talk of the video to then create this into a blog article. In the past, when I've shown you how to create blogs, we've gone for a more simple version of this, but on this occasion we want to backlink the original articles, and one of the best ways to do this is through the HTTP module, because not only does it allow us to scrape information from the source in terms of content, it also allows us to scrape URLs as well as images in SVG format. Effectively, what we're doing is we're scraping the page of the URL from the RSS feed. So this HTTP module will fetch information from this page. It will look for this title and it will extract the information from it. So you can see here the value is the title, and then you can see here that we're pointing towards the image content that is set as the RSS field here. So this is the media content. You can find it quickly by typing media content in here and selecting it. And what it will effectively do is pull these images from the blog. We want it outputted in raw plain text. It will actually scrape it as HTML, but that's very important because we're going to use those HTML and SVG images later on when we're building the blog. We will then feed that into the ChatGPT module, and we'll ask it to turn it into a blog with hyperlinks and to add the GIFs and images where possible. So I've asked ChatGPT in this module here to make a list of URLs within the text. So for every single ChatGPT article, it has those URLs that it's scraped through the HTTP module in the body of the text. And the reason why I want it to compile a list is as we move into the next article here, where I ask it, I want you to create a blog for stop.ai. I've selected 4 sources. I tell it the sources that I've selected. I've also asked it to add URLs in terms of hyperlinks in the main body. So the main body of the text is to include the URLs which we have asked it to compile and scrape from the blog. Now, this is just the most effective way I found of doing this. We still entered all the information in the prompt. There is repetitive information in there for sure, but we wanted to give it a structure that it could actually use. This is a little bit complicated, but this was the best output that I managed to get. The second input is with the assistant module to create clear headings and improve the readability, highlighting the URLs in a different color. This is in the body of the text. We want it to show the URLs. So we want it to highlight to the audience, the readership of the blog, where those URLs are. Third is to check for broken links. It's very important. And then is to turn it into a chic blog article. So what I've had to do is ask the system to remove some of the outlying features when it writes HTML, and then to start it with this set of code here. And then you can see here, I've asked it to use this template. And through doing that, it doesn't have any of the typical formatting errors that it was putting out previously. Okay, so from there onwards, we're writing the blog article title, comprehensive blog title based on the text, which is the output in the previous module, and then to output in plain text. Moving forward from there, we want a summary. We'll use this as an excerpt, and Shopify requires this in HTML. Again, output in HTML format and remove these blocks where it says HTML from the start and the beginning, and then to start the output with the code that is listed in the previous blog article. Okay, so moving forward from there, we want to prompt DALL-E. Now, before, when I had created the DALL-E prompt, I usually send this to an Airtable, but there is another way to do it, which is to use this composer string, which effectively enables us to write text in the middle of an automation sequence. We then feed that into DALL-E, where it will feed that text into the DALL-E machine, which will output an image. The image then goes into this image converter, which makes it square so that it'll fit the Shopify website, and then output this in a PNG format so we can upload it straight to our Shopify blog. So we can see here where the titles come from. If we just hover over each one, you'll see them bounce. And then you'll also see that the image and the image data is coming from the previous module. So once we've done that, we know that the blog is all good to go. And then I've asked it to create the email newsletter based on the body of the content in the Shopify. So again, similar kind of structure, 4 topics, make a summary of each topic, email newsletter, make it exciting, please make the content engaging, make it angled towards the audience to functionally apply the learnings in their no-code AI automation journeys. Ensure the newsletter is to present and discuss the most up-to-date trends from the present day. Do not include any information from previous years. Add 1 or 2 relevant images from the HTML blog, and add read more article next to every single blog that's actually inputted. Add a link to join the community. Again, don't leave this HTML code in the body. Do not reply. Do not introduce yourself. And remember the previous instructions, and start the output again with this HTML code that we've asked it to. Moving forward from there, we want to create a plain text version, which I've recreated with the original ChatGPT module output. And then finally, the subject line based upon the email, again, asking it not to add any HTML code, as it might pull any HTML code from the original article that's generated in ChatGPT. Finally, the final module is this GetResponse. I've used GetResponse as it's one of the few platforms that enables you to build a whole email in HTML. You can see here we've added the content body, the subject line, and it's coming from me. Now, right now it's set as draft. In the future, I'm going to change that to set to publish. And actually, I'm going to upload all of the email addresses that are subscribed to this email blog on the stop.ai website. So if you want to actually see this finish and you want to see it come into fruition, you can either go to our community or you can subscribe to join our blog on the page. That's how we create a fully autonomous blog with links, backlinks, images, and videos all inside the blog. Today's been a bit of a long one, but I hope there's a lot of value that you can take away from watching this video and apply it in your own business. Every blog has a different purpose, and what is also awesome is the fact that we can take that blog and change it into a newsletter. So we're going to update everybody about the latest in no-code automations from this newsletter. If you haven't subscribed already, please head over to the stop.ai website. And if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so now. Share this to your friends who might benefit from watching this video. And as always, have a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next video soon.